In episode 2 of the podcast, I told you about my phono partner, Mishti. I was connected to her for a very short span of time, and during my final year, I left talking to her. It was quite disappointing for her, and while she asked me the reason behind the breakup, I simply answered, "Actually, I'm not really interested in you, Mishti, and this is not going to work. Please forgive me." I realized my feeling for the love is not coming from the deep inside. And at some extent, someone was still there in my heart. Hi, this is Ojoy Poddar. Welcome to my podcast, Fake Love, Episode 3, and today is 22nd January 2024. The final days of engineering for the middle class backbencher students is really very complicated because we never prepared for any job interviews, and on the other hand, we must have to get a placement from the campus hiring drive. In my case, I was determined that I'm not going back to my home. If I am unable to crack a placement, I'll try other options. And exactly the thing happened. I cleared the GD round but was crashed in the technical round of Nestle. It was disappointing because the technical round questions came from the industrial training session. And guys, we only know how our training was actually went. So, after moving out from the placement cell with no job offers, I visited the office of one of our best teacher, Professor Verma, and explained about our present situation, and in a sudden he shared me a contact and asked me to call. I'm also thankful to my teacher for referring me to someone who helped me getting a job. Anyways, after all, it was the time of our final semester exam. But that time, an incident took place and we were being kept locked inside in our hostels for a few days. Later, we left for our homes. If I talk about the incident, it was because of Professor Dr. Sumit Pandya. He was just becoming the director of our institute. And after joining as a director, he was so strict, so arrogant. He had changed all the institute rules, including hostel timings, students' diet chart plan, etc. He also forced the canteen committee to stop providing non-veg foods, including eggs, in the hostel mess hall. Students started opposing all his decisions. Those were not beneficial for them. And at a sudden situation, all things were changed. Students went to riots, vandalism with the institute properties. So after all this happened, we stayed at our homes for more than 3 months. And later we came back to appear in our final semester exam. In 2013, I started working after passing out from my institute. I was a manufacturing executive in a local company. I had a decent salary, a comfortable homestay, and a few friends. During the initial period of my job life, I was wondering that there will be no winter semester or summer semester exams. That means I'll have to stay in the job without any long breaks. I could not go home. And I was also missing my hostel days as well. Especially was remembering those days while I skipped going home after the winter semester. And one day morning I was surprised when Chatur informed me about previous night. He told me that I was roaming naked inside hostel gallery. Getting it into consideration after realization that it was not me but the effect of that old monk I had previous night. During the initial days of my work experience, it was like I have to do something. I have to explore new things, how everything is working. I think in everyone's job life, people used to do these things like learning things and want to explore the vast possibilities. It was during the initial phase of my job life. But after working for a while, things have been changed. Started realizing also that I was bored. I'd been doing the same kind of work for the past years, and I felt no passion or excitement for it. I had no hobbies, no interests, no goals, had no girlfriends, no family, no one to share my life with. I had nothing to look forward to, nothing to live for. My first job was in Himachal Pradesh, and I was living in the borders of Punjab. I was living as a paying guest with a family, and the food I was consuming during living as a paying guest with that family was awesome. One day, after getting back from my workstation, I noticed something new. As I saw a new face, a new neighbor just opposite of my balcony.